Hello and welcome to another video. I'm just in front of a cricket ground in Kilmarnock. Now you're probably thinking, this is footy adventures, not wicket adventures. What are you doing there? Well, let me tell you why. It may not have been this exact one, but somewhere in Kilmarnock on a cricket pitch in 1869, the cricket team of the town were looking for a way to stay fit during the winter months when the cricket season couldn't be played. A little bit like today, who would play cricket on a day like this? It was then that Kilmarnock Football Club were formed. So 152 years later, Kilmarnock FC are now the oldest fully professional club in Scotland. They're the oldest Premiership club as well, eclipsing the likes of Celtic, Rangers and Hibs. Queen's Park are older, however they are semi-pro. Killie have an amazing story, so do make sure you stick around and listen to it all because there's some amazing facts that this club can boast about. Please do remember to like this video before we get into it and subscribe if you aren't already. There's loads of football content on this channel that you can go back and watch. There's way more coming up as well. So yes, even in this month of January, I'm still able to film a little bit as it's my job. But yeah, a lot of my games and stuff have been cancelled. So yes, hood down in the rain. Let's go and check out Kilmarnock. So leaving the cricket pitch of Killie behind me, it may not be the one where they were formed, but it would be something like this anyway. So yes, if you want to keep up to date with what Killie are doing this season, then do download OneFootball. It is the first link in the description box below. So yeah, it's completely free and it is a top quality football app, and it will give you all the news and stuff about Kilmarnock. You can find them, star them, and it will give you push notifications on goals, match facts. They're actually playing today, so if I were to star them myself as I'm vlogging here today and I'm out and about, then I'll get updates on when kickoff is, when they score, when they win, of course, which they will do. So yes, do download it. It is the first link in the description box below. Not only can you keep up to date with Kilmarnock, but there's teams from all around the world on there, so you can have Kilmarnock and say that you like Barcelona as well. You can star them both and build the app around the teams you love. And there's also just a load of football news from all around the world, so scores, articles, all that kind of stuff that's just going to keep you updated on all the football news. I need to look at apps like this to make sure that I'm informed of what teams are doing at the moment. And yeah, so if you want to keep up to date with all the best football news around the world, OneFootball's the place to go. First link in the description box below. Please download it from that link. They'll know it's from you. They'll know it's from this video rather. And yes, I'd really appreciate it. So thank you very much. Look at this. I'm really braving the elements for you now. If you don't hit that like button, what is wrong with you? Anyway, yes, the next part of the video is food related, and I needed to have one of these last time I came to Killie. But I was on a very short-lived diet. But now it's my time to have one, and I'm on the search for a world famous Killie pie. Let's see if we can get one. One Killie pie, please. Oh yes, I've been wanting one of these for so long. The rain's kind of stopped, which is nice. Let me get the old mask off, hang on. The old Dumbarton, there we go. Right, yes, I'm gonna find somewhere slightly drier and have my Killie pie. Right, so Browning's the Bakers, famous here in Kilmarnock. They even sponsor the kit at the moment, so if you look at the Killie, oh look at that, even comes in a little sleeve. Oh, this looks decent. Right, I'm not really much of a food reviewer, but they do sponsor the kits, so let's see what, like, if it's worth it for the team to have it on there. Oh, Killie, the best sponsor. You have the best sponsor in the world. Browning's big up. What other clubs have food sponsors? While I eat this, let me know in the comments below. Browning's, fair play. You do know how to do a pie. And it's called the Killie pie, so famous Kilmarnock are for pies. How Scottish is that? Anyway, I'll see you down at the home of Kilmarnock Football Club once I've had this. So Kilmarnock FC had a few different sites that they played at until they settled here at Rugby Park in 1877. So they've been here for a very, very long time. Cricket and rugby were also played here in the early days, hence the name Rugby Park. Weird to see a football ground called Rugby Park in this day and age, you must admit. Sticking with rugby for a second though, those early days of Kilmarnock Football Club were a little bit different to what they are today. Football of that time was more similar to a mixture of today's football and today's rugby. It was Queen's Park and their exploits of playing teams from England who eventually adopted association rules of football. So the Football Association had association football rules down in England. Queen's Park adopted that and kind of brought it to Scotland. And by the way, another fact for you, the word association taken from association football from back in those early days of the sport is why you now have soccer called football all around the world. Not a lot of countries call it football, some call it soccer of course, and it's taken from the three letters SOC in the words association. So there you go. So yeah, Queen's Park brought association rules up to Scotland as so many different teams kind of played different rules back in those days, where it was like, you know, a mixture of rugby and football, cricket, rugby itself, like it was just all a bit of a mishmash, a little bit unorganised. That was until Queen's Park brought association football here and it became a little bit more easy to organise. Everyone played the same sport and yeah, it was more getting into an era then of organised football as opposed to just one-off friendlies and stuff like that. Competitions of association football were starting to kind of be born out of, yeah, Queen's Park and their early findings of association football. Killie were founding members of the SFA and even apparently played in the first ever Scottish Cup match of all time against Renton FC, now defunct of course. And that was in October of 1873. They won their first cup here, Killie, in 1920 and added a second Scottish Cup towards the end of that decade. Rugby Park hosted its first international match in 1894 as Scotland defeated Wales 5-2. Nowadays it has a capacity of around 18,000 people and has obviously been renovated numerous times over the years to give it the kind of modern look that it has today. And this is the Kilmarnock Football Club Wall of Fame, and in the Hall of Fame you've got their league championship winning manager of the Scottish Cup as well as other legends. But here is a plaque dedicated to the 1964-65 champions. Willie Waddle's Killie team of the 60s were pretty much nearly men. They had finished runners-up of the top tier 4 out of the previous 5 seasons until this incredible year in 64-65. In a weird world where a win was worth 2 points instead of 3, Hearts and Killie were fighting it out for the title. And here is some imagery of that legendary team that won the league here. But let me tell you more. Hearts were much more successful and were strong favourites to win the league. The season went down to the final game of the season where amazingly Killie faced Hearts away. Killie needed to win by 2 clear goals at Tynecastle to secure their first title. Hearts were clear favourites and even had home advantage. Hearts hit the post after 6 minutes, then Killie scored twice through Davy Snedden and Billy McIlroy after 27 and 29 minutes. Let's see if we can see their names on this plaque. Where are they? Right, so yes, David Snedden down there. And now Wikipedia told me it was Brian McIlroy, and yes, there he is. McIlroy, 29 appearances, Snedden, 28 appearances. The 2 goal scorers on that great day. Frank Beattie there, the captain of that team. He has a stand named after himself over there. But back to the pictures of this fantastic league-winning side. Yes, Killie went 2-0 up after 29 minutes and they had a long time to hold on. Hearts had an excellent chance to win the title by losing the game, but only by a goal margin when they missed a great chance in stoppage time in the second half, but Bobby Ferguson made a great save for Killie. Killie won 2-0 and meant that they won the title on goal average. But yeah, they won the league title here, Killie, not on goal difference but on goal average. And what goal average was the goals that you scored, not minus the goals that you conceded, but divided by the goals you conceded. And Hearts lost out on the title to Killie by an average of 0.042 goals. That's nothing. Hearts were then instrumental in changing this rule from goal average to goal difference. In a strange twist of irony, in the mid-1980s, Hearts would actually lose the title on goal difference. So yeah, that's the story of Killie's first and only league title to this day, and they're one of only a small handful of clubs to have played in 3 UEFA competitions, those being the 3 main UEFA competitions rather, being the European Cup, the Cup Winners' Cup, and the UEFA Cup. And so, as I mentioned to you earlier, Killie won 2 Scottish Cups in the 1920s. They would have to wait a fairly long time to win their next one, their third, and yeah, still their third. They've not won one since this one just around here. Just bear with me. Here it is, the Scottish Cup in 1997. Obviously they won 2 in the 1920s and then 1 here in 1997 when they defeated Falkirk 1-0 in the final. They are now a solid mid-table team here in the Scottish Premiership, and yeah, not far outside of Glasgow. I guess they can attract good players based on their location. And look, they're a well-run club with a nice big ground here in Scotland. Recently as well, they've won the League Cup for the first time in 2012, beating Celtic in the final. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed a few of the shots that I've shown you. I hope the montage came out well with the music there. Chris Boyd just up there in his kilt promoting the Ayrshire kilt shop. And yeah, finally I was able to have a Killie pie as well. This isn't the first time I've been to Kilmarnock just to film from the outside. I've still yet to get inside. It is obviously harder these days than it ever has been since that first national lockdown we found ourselves in. Obviously I am still allowed to film a little bit just as it's my job, and it's literally the only way I can make money these days. And yeah, I'm just hoping that the world can get back to normal soon. Obviously vaccines are starting to go out and stuff, so yeah, one final push I hope, and then I'll be able to come inside again and watch matches. I had matches cancelled that I was supposed to be coming to over the course of January, so yeah, a few less videos than what would normally be coming your way, unfortunately. But yes, please do hit that like button and drop me a comment if you're a Killie fan, or you've enjoyed this video, or you want me to check out another team next and go into a bit of their history. I've really enjoyed this today. That pie was worth the vlog alone. Honestly, Brownings, fair play to you. Like, I cannot knock you for that. That was absolutely class. But yeah, look, here now, just pretty much the only one outside of the home of Kilmarnock, Rugby Park. I hope you've learned a little bit today about this brilliant team who have won cups, who have won a league title, who have played in Europe, and now, yeah, are a decent sized Scottish Premiership team. I would love to come and watch a game here soon. But yes, please do remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you aren't already. I will leave some videos around my head as ever, so you can keep watching my content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.